Hey guys, it's December 31st, 2012 at 3:58 p.m. I've been working out in the garden all afternoon since I did that earlier video and came in for a lunch break and had a friend send me a message asking about that special place in the heart, the sacred spot in the heart. And I've had several friends that have asked me about that hadn't gone through their activation process, and I'm bliss buzzing so much right now. Let me see if I can uh help you out here. Oh man, I activated my heart chakra out of being in love. Absolutely head over heels in love. I mean, very beyond, and I'm not even with that person anymore. And I wasn't even with the person when I finally anchored that heart chakra, but it was that love, that being in love, that did it for me. I've watched other people uh, do it with all different types of love, and then I've watched other people do it just from wanting to activate their heart chakra. But anyway, Drenvalo speaks of this. I saw Teal Scott having other videos on how to live within the heart. There's many of us out there that are speaking of it, but I'll say this much. If you can learn to shift your consciousness, and your consciousness is your true mind, and the true mind is eternal, and it does not live in the brain, and it's not confined to this body, and you can astral project and send it out of the body, and you can do a lot of things with your consciousness. You can raise it up your antakrana to various chakras and have various dimensional perceptions, or expand it and have the whole multi-dimensional perception all at one time. But if you're interested in moving it to that sacred space in the heart and activating your heart chakra, I would say it's kind of like a meditation. Meditation is just learning to go within. Meditation and um, meditation allows you the quiet time, or the time within that helps you to get to know yourself. Now, later on, you learn that there's a state called a walking meditation, and when you've shifted your consciousness into your heart and you just live from that point, that place, that sacred space, you're in a permanent state of meditation. There's no need to sit down and do any types of breathing or yoga poses or anything like that. You're just there. Your consciousness is at your command because you have separated it from the fixed point that we're trained to believe that it resides in our brain. Uh, Now, the spot in the heart that I speak of, the sacred spot, if you can shift your consciousness and find that point, it'll cause your heart to flutter, or your breath to maybe even quicken. Maybe it'll you know, maybe it'll make your heart speed up. Maybe it'll give you a blissful feeling, or a orgasmic feeling, or any number of different sensations when you find that sacred spot in your heart. And it's very tiny. And for me, I describe it as being about the same spot as the heart is within this body. That sacred spot is within inside the heart. It's about the same point within the heart as the heart is within the physical body. Uh, when you find that spot, you just need to remember where it is, and or remember that blissful frequency or that feeling that you get from being in that spot. and then return. Um, it takes practice to move from your head and living in the ego to living fully from the heart. Um, when you first do it, you'll be bouncing back and forth from heart to head to heart to head to heart to head. It's almost like spring steel, because we've been trained all our life ever since we got first put into schools and taught any of this spirituality was mumbo jumbo, and you just need to grow up and become an adult and be like everybody else. Well, that's what we've got to break down and to get rid of and to go back to, because that reality that we came in as a child is the one true reality. Those magical powers and things that we thought we had then, from living in our heart, from being very pure and unadulterated, and we hadn't been trained with all the crap, both from the schools and the religions and society. I mean, it's all a bunch of crap. Well, that purity that we had back then is um, what the real reality is. The rest of it is a bunch of BS. Remember, Jesus is quoted in the Bible saying, "You can only get into heaven with the heart of a child," and that's literally what you've got to do. Um, Heaven is not going to be found in the external illusion. Heaven is not another place we go to after life. Heaven is a place that we find here within this life, and it's located in that sacred spot of the heart. And what we're doing is we're merging spirit, heaven's forces, with earth's forces, with the physical being, with life here on earth. And it's such an amazing life that you have after you do this, after you go through this process, after you finally get it. And truly, it's so simple to do, but people make it difficult. People think of it as enlightenment as a really difficult thing to obtain, but truly it's just a shift of consciousness. It is a moving from the head into that sacred spot within the heart. And that sacred spot within the heart, it's the command center of the universe within. It's also a gateway. That same spot, when you learn to shift there, that same spot is a gateway to a whole universe within our physical beings that is pretty much the exact same universe that we have external of us. A lot of us, like me, my messages when I was a child was not to astral project. Don't leave the body and don't channel. Don't allow other entities into this physical being, as that opens the door for not being able to get them out. And by leaving body, it opens the door for another one to come step in while I've taken a walk out. And for my mission this lifetime, my rules were: do not leave body, do not channel. For me, I'm not saying that has anything to do with anybody else. That was just for me and what I had to do this life, my mission. And anyway, it's there's a way to, rather than astral project by going exterior, there's a way to remote view by the same thing, by going interior. Everything that we have on the exterior is also replicated on the interior, except for other individuals' their feelings and their memories and their akash and all that. We don't necessarily have that within that universe that's within us. We can see their physical being out there, but their universe that's within them is within them. Anyway, we're getting a little off subject there, but all of this is found in that sacred spot within the heart. And the first 40-day events that I was called to do, uh, I had written techniques and methods that I'm trying to describe here. But one of the things that I had said during that time for anybody that uh, was going through that process with the rest of the collective who wished to, was to turn off your televisions and your radios and your computer and your internet and anything that had negativity in it. And if you came upon negativity, as little grandmother used to say, change the channel. You got to shut all that off and be truly spiritual. Read things that are spiritual in nature. If you're going to listen to music, which I've turned off everything for my 40 days to finally activate and anchor, choose only the highest vibrational spiritual music and keep your focus inside. Keep your focus inside your heart. Stay true to that which you desire to do, and that's to shift that consciousness from your head to your heart. Now, once you do this, you will be stepping into fifth dimensional awareness. You will activate the electromagnetic torrid that surrounds your body, that is around your body, that light field, your Merkaba that you live within. It's the activation, true activation of your light body. And it's just the beginning. You're going to go through many, many more chakra activations after you activate that heart chakra. But that is the most critical one. The heart chakra is the balance point of the spiritual chakras and the earth chakras, the upper three, which is the crown, the third eye, and the throat chakra, and the lower three, which is the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. And yes, there's many more chakras than that. You'll find chakras all around your field externally as you go through your process. You'll find those after you. The sixth Ascension initiation is the completion of the activation of the 7 original chakras that are in the physical body. And the 7th initiation, you have 7 higher chakra downloads, expansion of those original 7 chakras, and you activate the Ascension column in the back of your head. It is after that point that you start finding that there's chakras all around the exterior of your field and up and down your antakrana. They're not just in this physical being. You've got minor chakras all over the place. I mean, they're on tops of your hands, bottom of your hand, elbows, hips, knees. They are everywhere. And all of these are going to light up after you activate that very first one. I would highly suggest to activate your heart chakra first because that's the power center. It helps you in your manifestation capabilities. It activates your light body and your Merkaba, which allows you for your vehicle for astral travel. And it truly, truly is the key and the balance to all the rest of the chakras. That's the place where you can weigh out truth. When you receive information and you don't know if it's for real or not, you weigh it out in your heart. And with your heart chakra activated, it just becomes a whole lot easier to do. Anyway, activation just goes on and on and on from there. And I just wanted to speak a little bit about how to find that sacred spot within the heart, because I'm having other persons that haven't gone through these previous events where we were having so many people initiated. They didn't go through those previous events, and now they're asking questions. And it's easier to make a video than to go through 120 some odd videos and trying to find the ones that I was talking about this in. So anyway, I'm so glad you're concerned about activating your heart chakra and anchoring it and stepping into your Ascension Mastery. And anyway, Happy New Year, guys. This is the end of the sun for 2012. Love you all. Bye for now.